The cults that tortured me and other kids deliberately created folks inside who were cult trained. And that meant that they brought us to a point of dissociation and splitting deliberately through torture, and then through torture and mind control and repetition, created folks inside who would have very specific cult trained jobs to hurt us, to report back, to make sure that we were completely obedient, to make sure, for me, I have a victim part who only takes pain and that is her only job. And they deliberately did this to control us, to make sure that we would not speak out, that we would not remember, because one of the many cult trained jobs, along with the mind control, is to make us, to make me and anyone else inside doubt ourselves when we start to remember, to silence us. So like physically start to silence us, like close our throat in or make my mouth feel like I can't open it, things like that. It was all very deliberate. I also have a ton of folks inside that we created to survive. And everyone inside was created out of our good soul. That doesn't change. And with cult trained folks inside, we can work with them through therapy, through talking with them, through inner communication to see that they don't have to do what the cult trained them to do, that they can change, that they can heal, that we can heal together. But the cult would not have allowed us to survive if we hadn't created cult-trained folks inside who would take on the roles that cult was demanding. And I don't think I could have actually survived the torture, that we all inside could have survived the torture physically and also mentally, emotionally, psychologically, without splitting, without creating folks inside. The torture is so extreme, and so is the mind control, and it is relentless and endless. And it was for me most of my life until I escaped. But the splits and the creations of folks inside were happening baby, child, teen. And I don't think I could have survived it. And I remember kids who could not split and who could not create folks inside the way cult asked, who didn't survive, who died, or who just couldn't keep hold of reality. So for us, it was necessary to have folks inside to survive, to just survive, both because the cult demanded it and because the torture and mind control was too extreme, too relentless, and there wasn't a way to survive without it. But we can work with everyone inside. We can change jobs over time, like cult-trained jobs. And everyone inside was created out of my good soul. They still, like even the cult-trained parts, they wanted us to survive, to live, to stay alive. That's why they were created inside, because if they didn't, the cult, I think, would have killed us or would have gone to such extreme torture that we would have died and they wouldn't have brought us back, like resuscitated us. So they were created to survive, and out of survival, and they do want us to live. It's just working with them inside to change how they think. That was put in there through torture because they really do want to heal and to just have things get better deep down. And deep down, they do have a protectiveness and a compassion.